communicates emotion, just like language communicates thought. And so that's what makes it a really powerful medium, you know? Sometimes you can be really moved with music. Sometimes when I feel like I'm watching something a little scary on TV, I realize that it's probably the music that's making me feel that way a little bit. If I turn down the volume, it's not so scary anymore. It's sometimes the music can make us feel certain ways. And sometimes when it's really happy, too, like it's the music that's making me feel really happy and joyful and sense of environment. So I have been playing bass. I started off playing the cello. I play cello as well. So I play the cello and I play upright with big string bass. And then I started playing this bass, not this one, but the bass guitar when I was probably like Asher did. How old are you, Asher? Yeah, probably around that time. And I started playing in church, and then started playing in some jazz clubs around El Paso, where I'm from. So I'm just gonna play a song, and then we'll just kind of go from there. I'll forget that. No, for sure. So every time I say, God did it, you go, God did it. Yeah. Say, oh yes he did, and you repeat that, oh yes he did, right? So check this out, go, it'll go, everything that happened to me that was good, God did it.
God did it.
Oh yes he did.
Oh yes he did.
Well, everything that happened to me that was good, God did it.
God did it.
Oh yes he did.
Yes, he did.
Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on solid ground. Well, everything that happened to me that was good, God did it. Oh yes he did.
Yes, he did.
I said God did it.
God did it.
Oh yes he did.
Yes, he did.
I said God did it. Oh yes he did. Oh yes he did. hand. So sometimes in guitar playing, piano, you might use your left hand a little bit more, but bass is really all right hand. You get all these sounds with your right hand. So just using one finger. See that? Everything's right hand. And it's kind of fun because you can get a little funky with it. Cool. Anybody have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody? No? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you play the Seinfeld theme song?
No, I don't know how to play that.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's funny because
Yeah. That's it.
yeah, it's probably something like that. See if you know what this song is. See if you recognize this one.
Fly over the rainbow, I don't know why.
his message. This is his message to you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yes.
Did you take lessons? Did you teach yourself? How did you learn bass?
Great question. When I played cello, obviously I learned music, learned how to read, bass clef, and I was the worst cellist in school. And I was always last chair, and I was not good. And then I picked up my dad's guitar. I was a soccer player, so I actually dropped out of orchestra my junior year and started playing my dad's guitar, and he taught me some chords. And I lived in a poor part of El Paso, so my guitar was in really bad shape. I broke a pencil, and used it as a nut right here in the car so that I could have a guitar player. So I just would play my heart out in this thing. And then I started playing in church, and they said, JJ, you got to play bass because you're the worst guitar player in the band. So it was at that point that I picked up the bass and just started teaching myself. But the way that I learned is in El Paso, when I was about 17, 18 years old, there was a Holiday Inn there, it was a little hotel, and the jazz professors of the college, UTEP, they would go there and play like on Sunday nights. And it was a little gray area to where the lounge and the lobby was, so they allowed me to kind of go in there as a minor, you know. But I would go in there with my bass, just like, what's your name back there with the blue shirt? Like, I would sit like he's sitting back there with his bass. They could see my bass sticking out, and I would just sit there because they had a flaky bass player. So then they would go, "All right, JJ, come on," and then they'd let me sit in with them. And I was horrible. Sometimes I would be playing so bad that the guys would pull my cable from my amp. But I kept with it. I didn't let that discourage me. I kept going. And then they started teaching me how to play jazz. And that's how jazz was taught back in the day, right? It was taught by, they kind of made me a disciple. Like if you think about discipling, that's how they invested in me. They started teaching me how to play these chords, and that's where I started to understand Latin music and jazz stuff. So, but also I was just hungry for it. I really wanted to learn how to play it, so I started playing jazz at a really young age. And so, yeah, I learned. That's how I started. So. I didn't go to school. I'm really all self-taught. But I asked my son, who is also a really good bass player. He's really good. I was talking to him and I said, Joel, I think that we were just talking, so don't take offense to this. I said, hey son, I think my generation might be better than your generation because we didn't have distractions like Xbox and PlayStation. I just sat around my living room and played all the time. And Joel, he said, yeah, probably right. But then he came back with a zinger to me. He goes, but Dad, we have YouTube. And I'm taking lessons from the very best right in front of my face. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. There's an advantage. So what a resource that you guys have right now, especially coming out of this pandemic, right? I'm sure that we had to stare at screens for a while, even just to be socially active. But what a great opportunity to invest in your instrument, to learn more about what it can do. So I encourage you to do that. Learn as much as you can. Yeah. 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 Let's see here. I could do another song. Let me play you a song I wrote.
Yeah. The JJ's.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a song. So a lot of people don't normally play bass and sing, right? It's not a very common thing. It takes some practice to kind of sing and kind of do some of your stuff, what you're doing.
What's the difference between a bass and a guitar?
Great question.
Mm.
The guitar has 6 strings, right? And the bass guitar normally has 4 or 5. And they're tuned totally different. So the guitar is tuned so that you can play chords on them pretty easily with your left hand in open position. The bass is tuned like it is like in a string bass. So you know how you see the big orchestra basses? It's the exact same tuning. So this is tuned in G, D, tuned in fifths. And I think cello's tuned in fourths. So in guitar, that'd be a little bit different too, with the B string in the way. I play guitar too, so, but yes, that's the biggest difference. And it's longer than a guitar. So the neck is longer and it's deeper, has a bassier sound. If that rattles, it's going from this way. Yeah, so it sounds deeper. And you get all these sounds.
Oh yeah.
Or I can go with using my thumb. You know what I'm doing? I'm plucking the string behind my thumb. So I'm putting my thumb down there on the string, and then I'm plucking it behind it. Pretty crazy, huh? And then, so yeah, you can do, this is like your right hand. You know how guitar, they have effects, they have pedals. With the bass, you don't need that many because your right hand can get you all those effects. Whoa, what just happened? So everything you can do with your right hand. That, just tapping it, hitting the strings with my thumb. Does it hurt? My fingers are pretty used to it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. Can you touch it? Yeah, whatever.
Oh.
Watch out. Any other questions? You ready for it? Okay, so let me tell you, this is a scary song.
Ooh.
Okay. I wrote it one time when my kids were about well, they say it's all inside my head, but oh, I don't believe. Can I make it home? Please shine a light. 'Cause I'm coming back home again. Coming back home again. There's no quiet. You better watch out for the woods. There's something there's gonna get.
Yeah.